Split is directed by the infamous M. Night Shyamalan, stars James McAvoy, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Betty Buckley. So this film follows James McAvoy as a man named Kevin. He is battling dissociative identity disorder. He has 23 different personalities living inside of him. One of them captures these 3 teenage girls who are led by Anya Taylor-Joy, and he's also trying to go get help from his psychologist, played by Betty Buckley. And that's all you need to know going into this movie. Now, M. Night Shyamalan is one of the most interesting filmmakers we have working in Hollywood. The guy started his career in the late 90s with The Sixth Sense, and around that time, everyone was calling him the next Spielberg because he was releasing really quality stuff. Once The Village came out, everyone started to be hit or miss with him. And then after that, he started releasing panned films. Lady in the Water, That Happening, The Last Airbender, After Earth. 2 years ago, he had The Visit, which I really enjoyed, and everyone was calling that his somewhat comeback. And I started hearing really strong things about Split from film festivals, critics, all that stuff. I went into the movie. I had expectations that were pretty high. I gotta tell you, those expectations did not let me down. I thought Split was terrific. I love this movie. Now, it's not perfect. There are some flaws I have with the movie, but for the most part, I really enjoyed this movie. I had such a blast watching it. This is a fun psychological thriller. When it's intense, it is intense. When it's enthralling, it's enthralling. When you don't know what's going on, it gets you thinking. This is Shyamalan's best in science, but we gotta start off with James McAvoy. You know, he is one of those actors that I think is criminally underrated. He's fantastic as Professor X. He's really great in other small films he's in. He is terrific in this movie. This is probably the best performance he's ever given. He is super courageous in this movie, playing all these different personalities, which, by the way, he's terrific as all of them. It's amazing. And once again, Anya Taylor-Joy kills it in this movie. She is one of the best up-and-coming actresses we have working today. The Witch showcased that she has a lot of talent. She was so great in that movie. And even though Morgan wasn't really that good of a film, I didn't like it. It was in my worst of 2016 video. I loved her in it. And she, once again, kills it here. And the cool thing about her character is that she's not playing the typical damsel in distress. There's a lot to her character. And when you watch the flashbacks of her character, it's really interesting because there's a lot to her character that makes you care about her. And when the movie begins, you're like, I don't know how I feel. But once you learn more about her, you're like, wow, I care about you. And Betty friggin' Buckley, oh my goodness, so good in this movie. Go old women. Yeah. But in all seriousness, I thought all the performances were terrific, except for really a few, but I'll get to that when I get to my negatives with the film. The writing, too, was very good. It was very claustrophobic, as was the direction. The direction was really, really superb. The cinematography, oh my goodness. This film was shot so well. It's shot by the same guy who shot It Follows, and it's beautifully shot in this movie, as is the score. I like the score a lot in this movie. I don't remember the guy's name, but whoever composed this, really haunting, really compelling. I love the score a lot. The comedy in this movie was very subtle, and I enjoyed it. It was definitely intense, and I appreciate it for what it was. It wasn't like guilty pleasure comedy. It was actually really funny, and I thought it was really smart. Also, guys, a lot of people have been talking about the twist. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but I'm going to tell you this right now. The twist might be the best in any Shyamalan film I've ever seen. You don't expect it. It's so surprising. And when you watch the movie, you're like, where is this twist? And when the twist happens, you're like, oh my god, that's so insane. And if you're a longtime fan of Shyamalan, like an OG fan of him, then you're going to appreciate the twist so much. Because it is really probably the best twist in any Shyamalan film ever made. And that's the truth. And also, I will be doing the spoiler review. Not on my channel. It's going to be with my friends Dylan and John on the Basic Box channel. Link will be in the description below. The spoiler review will be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Now, I do have some problems with the movie. I will say that the pacing from time to time is a little slow. There are some moments that I thought could have been sped up a little bit. Richardson, who I thought was terrific in The Edge of 17, I didn't really like her that much in this movie, as well as the other girl, Jessica Sula. I think that's her name. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I just thought those two were very wooden compared to Anya Taylor-Joy, and also they said things that were very one note, and I'm just like, really? Are you really that stupid? Like, come on. I can't blame them, but their characters just really got on my nerves. But also, there were some sequences with exposition that I just wasn't a fan of. They were short, but they were still annoying to me personally. But other than that, I thought Split was a great film. I loved it a lot. I highly recommend it. If you're curious to know if Shyamalan still has it in him and The Visit didn't really impress you, then you should consider going to check out Split. I'm going to give it an A-. Guys, tell me now what you thought of this movie. If you saw it, what's your favorite Shyamalan film, and what's your least favorite Shyamalan film? Favorite, Sixth Sense, least favorite, The Last Airbender. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.